8:05 p.m. If everybody could stand up, do a flag salute, and please remain standing for a moment of silence, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. You may be seated. If you could read the statement of adequate notice, Kathleen.
Sure. All attendees. All attendees and participants agree to conduct themselves in a manner appropriate for public comments. Manner appropriate for public gathering. Individual speakers should be advised that no right of privacy protects a person's public comments made in a public forum. Accordingly, all participants bear responsibilities for their own statements and commentary. This is not recording. I don't know why not. Continue to record. All right, let's see. I don't know. Ordinances. Second reading, ordinance 26-02. An ordinance amending Chapter 5 fees, Section 5-2 fees for Chapter 2 administration, Paragraph C, recreation registration of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Millstone, County of Monmouth, and State of New Jersey.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance amends the recreation registration fees contained in Chapter 5, Section 5-2, Paragraph C of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Millstone. Affidavit of publication is presented, and I'd like to open it up to the public at
8:07.
8:07. Would anybody like to come up and comment on this specific ordinance? Being nobody's coming up to the front, I'd like to close it at the public portion at
8:07.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the table, said ordinance.
I move to adopt.
Thank you. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committee Person Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committee Person Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farah?
Yes.
First reading, ordinance 26-03, an ordinance amending Chapter 35, Land Use and Development Regulations, Article 5, Zoning District Regulations, Section 5-7, Section 5-11, and the Schedule of Area, Yard, and Building Requirements, Chapter 35, Attachment 7, of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Millstone, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, to establish zoning standards for municipally sponsored affordable housing.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance amends Chapter 35, Land Use and Development Regulations, Section 5, Zoning District Regulations, to establish zoning standards for municipally sponsored affordable housing and implement the provisions of the Round 4 Housing Element and Fair Share Plan. Motion to adopt the table, please.
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committee Person Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committee Person Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farah?
Yes.
Second reading and public hearing to be held on March 4th, 2026 at 8 p.m. at the Millstone Township Meeting Room, 215 Millstone Road, Prineville, New Jersey. First reading, ordinance 26-04. An ordinance amending Chapter 35, Land Use and Development Regulations, Article 5, Zoning District Regulations, Section 5-10 of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Millstone, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, to establish zoning standards for the municipally sponsored affordable housing.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance amends Chapter 35, Land Use and Development Regulations, Section 5, Zoning District Regulations, to establish zoning standards for municipally sponsored affordable housing and implement the provisions of the Round 4 Housing Element and Fair Share Plan. Have a motion to adopt the table, please.
I move to adopt.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committee Person Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committee Person Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farah?
Yes.
Second reading and public hearing to be held on March 4th, 2026 at 8 p.m. at the Millstone Township Meeting Room, 215 Millstone Road, Prineville, New Jersey. First reading, ordinance 26-05, an ordinance amending Chapter 35, Land Use and Development Regulations to repeal and replace Article 8, Affordable Housing in its entirety, and amend Section 5-17, Accessory Apartments, to address the requirements of the Fair Housing Act and the Uniform Housing Affordability Controls regarding compliance with the Township's affordable housing obligations.
Explanatory statement. This ordinance repeals and replaces Chapter 35, Land Use and Development Regulations, Article 8, Affordable Housing, in its entirety, and amends Article 5, Zoning District Regulations, Section 5-17, Accessory Apartments, to address the requirements of the Fair Share Housing Act and the Uniform Housing Affordability Controls. Do I have a motion to adopt the table?
I'll move to adopt.
Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farah?
Yes.
Second reading and public hearing to be held on March 4th, 2026 at 8 p.m. at the Millstone Township Meeting Room, 215 Millstone Road, Prineville, New Jersey. Resolutions 26-58, resolution authorizing project completion. Closing statement to Monmouth County Municipal Open Space Grant Program for Clarksburg Cultural Center Grant 3, Phases 1 and 2.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the table?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farah?
Yes.
Resolution 26-66, resolution appointing Conflict Tax Appeal Counsel and authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for professional services.
Due to potential and or perceived conflicts, the township needs to invoke the doctrine of necessity, which allows members to vote when they would not otherwise have a quorum and have a need to act. So that doctrine does allow the public body to take action and to vote on this resolution.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the table, please?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
And Mayor Farah.
Yes.
Resolutions, consent resolutions, all matters listed under item consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Committee and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion on these items. If discussion is desired of any item, that item will be considered separately. 26-67, resolution authorizing the County of Monmouth Mosquito Control Division to conduct aerial mosquito control operations within the Township of Millstone. 26-68, amending resolution number 26-01, appointing professionals for 2026. 26-69, payment of vouchers, February 4th, 2026.
Motion to adopt the table?
Move to adopt.
Thank you. Second, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Mayor Farah.
Yes.
Township Committee minutes, executive meeting minutes, December 17, 2025.
Motion to adopt the table?
I'll move it, Mayor.
Thank you.
Who was
Second.
that?
It was Chris.
Chris.
Committeeman Morris.
I'll
Deputy
second.
Mayor Morris, sorry. Second by Committeeman Ziner.
Okay. Roll call, Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Mayor Farah.
Yes.
Reorganization meeting minutes, January 7, 2026.
Motion to adopt the table, please?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Committeeperson Ziner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Mayor Farah.
Yes.
Regular meeting minutes, January 21st, 2026. Absent was Jeff Ziner.
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Committeeperson Ziner?
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
Mayor Farah.
Yes.
Executive meeting minutes, January 21st, 2026. Again, Committeeperson Ziner was absent.
Motion to adopt the table?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Committeeperson Ziner?
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Morris?
Yes.
Committeeperson Zabrowski?
Yes.
And Mayor Farah.
Yes.
Application for a raffle license, Millstone Township PTO on-premise 50/50 raffle, RA number 340, to be held on April 18, 2026, at Millstone Primary School, 18 Schoolhouse Road, Millstone Township, New Jersey.
Motion to approve the table?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Millstone Township PTO on-premise merchandise raffle, RA number 341, to be held on April 18, 2026, at Millstone Primary School, 18 Schoolhouse Road, Millstone Township, New Jersey.
Motion to approve the table?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll
Second.
second.
Thank you. Roll call?
All in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Liaison reports.
Yes, so for open space, the Millstone Township Open Space Preservation Council, in partnership with the Agricultural Advisory Council, will be hosting a meet and greet event to provide information to landowners regarding the various land preservation programs. Similar events have been held in the past and provided quite successful in spurring landowner interest in preservations. The New Jersey DEP Green Acres program will be in attendance, and the event details are as follows: that it will be held Thursday, March 5th, from 6 to 8 in the Millstone Community Center at 463 Stagecoach Road.
Awesome. Thank you. Commissioner
Just so the public is aware, the Board of Education is starting their budget process for their school calendar year of 26-27. I strongly encourage the residents of Millstone to attend the public meetings the Board of Ed have and question how they're allocating and figuring out their budget for this upcoming school year.
Deputy Mayor Myers?
Nothing of significance, Mayor.
Okay. I have, the Veterans Council has met about a week and a half ago, and they're starting the preliminary talks of Memorial Day and the events that are going to be happening that day. As updates arise, I'll be more than happy to let the residents know. So please put on your calendar for Memorial Day to come out and support our veterans for the ceremony and the parade and everything else. And just have a nice time in Millstone. So any new business?
Well, going with the old business, the past storm that we had, we've January 25th to 27th, I got a lot of compliments on how well the DPW has done on, plowing our roads, the county roads as well. I know some of the small subdivisions, they get done last, but that makes a lot of sense to try to open up as many roads as you can. Joseph Marino, who happened to be with us today, actually threw some stats together for me, and it was 350 tons of salt were dropped down. We had about 650 gallons of fuel that was spent between gasoline and diesel. 2,700 miles of lit roads were between the salt and the plowing, just within those few days. So they came in early on a Sunday morning and basically stayed around through late Monday night, and then early back at it, cleaning up again on Tuesday. So I thank the county for helping us out what they do, and these guys did a good job as well. So.
Well done.
That's the
Very well.
repetitive sweeping of the, shoveling of the snow. So they have to go over 2,700 miles.
27, basically this storm here, they came in early around 4 o'clock and they had a salt, and then kind of hang out for a little while until the snow started accumulating, and you can't wait till 6 inches, you got to start going, and
Right.
so the salt keeps it from sticking a little bit, and so it's just time consuming, and a lot of hours were put in, so.
Good job.
And,
Thank you.
Glad to say on our roads, actually, there weren't any accidents at all. The county roads may be a little different story. We had an accident today, the roads are fairly dry. It's on a straightaway, and the telephone pole got taken out. On Monmouth County 1, or also known as Prineville Road. Whoever signs up for Nixles, you get the notice that it was closed between Hampton Hollow and clear, sunny day.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it was-
just on. I asked people to slow down. Last week, the troopers had enhanced enforcement along Stagecoach and Trenton Lakewood. I believe like 13 cars were pulled over, and maybe 7 or 8 violations were issued. That's on the back of what they did over on Baird Road, where they had 18 cars that were pulled over with 11 summonses and stuff. So the police are going to continue to be out there. I just ask people to slow down.
Do we have any updates on school bus passings with the red lights?
I haven't gotten any stats. I'm sure it's dropped dramatically since, we put up the signs with the cameras. I think word is out that the school buses now have cameras, and if they issue the violations, I think it was a year and a half ago, 22 violations were basically between September and November. So there's that many people that got caught passing school buses, so.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Please do not pass any school buses that are stopped and have their
Yeah,
flashing
there's
lights.
zero forgiveness.
Yes, thank you. Okay, since you covered all business, any comments from the dais? No, I just have one thing. The county is starting up its Mosquito Madness Tire Pickup Program. If you have any tires that are stored outside during the spring and summer months, one tire can hold enough water for mosquitoes to grow. One tire can produce more than 10,000 biting mosquitoes. So to help protect your family and the town, Friends from Mosquitoes taking part in the 2026, onslaught of the mosquito issue. They'll pick up your tires. You need to call the Monmouth County Mosquito Control personnel. They'll come to your property and pick up as many as 10 tires without rims. You do not need to bring the tires to the curb. If you'd like to make arrangements, please call 732-542-3630 and make arrangements. You'll need to provide your name, address, the number of tires, and the location of your tires on the properties. And that tires will be picked up between February 1st and March 31st, 2026. So if you have those tires, please call. It's free. Might as well take advantage of it. Okay, at this time, I'd like to open it up to the public.
Can I have one more announcement, please, if you
Sure.
don't mind? Save the date, May 30th. They're going to have a
Oh, that's
Washington
250.
encampment at the Baird Homestead. We have George Washington coming with a couple horses. We have a bunch of reenactment people, hopefully fife and drum, and there'll be food, activities, and learn a little bit about, Washington, how he encamped here in Millstone on the way to the Battle of Monmouth. So it should be a fun day for all the family to be, petting type of animal. It's all kinds of stuff, and it's still growing. So save the date, May 30th, Baird Homestead.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about the hours?
Well, so we had a 2-hour meeting last night on this tower. Was there? Kevin was there. The hours are 11 to 4. Did we close in on that?
Yes.
So I think we're going to present in subsequent meetings the schedule, the events. The whole idea is, come between 11 and 4. Some events will be, no matter when you come during the day, they'll be available. Other ones will be very scheduled, certain times. So as information's available, we'll put it out. Certain things you probably don't want to miss, and the other things, we don't want to have people missing going to one event and not seeing the other. So we'll put it on our website, and we'll start blasting that out in any way we can correspond, Nixle, and everything in between. But
So from
lots
what-
more to come on that.
From what I understand, the committee, that's the 250 committee from Millstone, has been very proactive and very innovative in what they're going to be presenting and putting together. And basically, the things that they're planning, it's like you're going to take a trip back to 1776 during those times when the revolution was actually happening. You're going to see men, in that attire of that era. There's going to be a doctor on site treating supposed wounds with the utensils and the medical, utensils that they had at that time. So it's taken a step back into history to see how they lived and how they survived and what they went through during this revolutionary period. So it's going to be a nice event. So please put it on your calendars. Okay, anything else? Okay, at this time, I'd like to open it up to the public at
8:24.
Please state your name and your address.
How you doing? Dan Murphy, 38 Carriage Way, Millstone. Last week, there was an application put before the zoning board, and it was from JCP&L about the transmission towers, that they're going to do an infrastructure project, raise them from 67 feet to 178 feet. And that would be a severe handicap to a lot of the homes that are here and create a lot of damage to their home values. And we're currently in a tax assessment, and I'm asking the Township Committee to consider pausing that until that infrastructure project is decided.
We're pausing what?
The current tax assessment that's going on, because it's affecting home values now,
You're talking about the reassessment.
the reassessment, okay? I mean, it's affecting
I-
home values now.
I totally understand what you're saying. I don't know if we have that kind of authority to stop that, because that's all conducted and authorized by the Monmouth County Board of Taxation. So
Okay.
do we have,
You're in the program with the Monmouth County Board of Taxation, so no, you don't have the authority to do that.
all right,
Well,
so,
we could talk about that issue too.
Okay.
I mean, why we're back in that program when the Township Committee actually voted that out years ago, and how are we there?
And when is the zoning board hearing? Because you can always go before the zoning board when they have their hearing and lodge, as an interested party, right? You could be
For which issue?
the one you raised with the polls, right? With the
Well, I was
JCPenney.
there, on the 28th, but it's
Okay.
really about the reassessment. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
It's about the reassessment. I was at that last meeting, and property values are actually being calmed right now. If you were looking to move into the town, and my house, I can't see the towers from my house, and I specifically bought away from the towers. But if you're putting 70 feet.
I believe they're already 120-something feet, the ones that are
No,
currently.
there's 67 at a minimum to 115 is the
Yeah.
maximum.
Okay.
They're going to 178 feet. That's adding 60 feet on top. That's more than 50% of what's currently there. And if, from my home, I bought away from the towers, that'll raise it, I'll see them. They're not only raising the towers, they're going from 6 wires to 16 wires on this, okay? They're doing a project that has never been done before. This project that they're doing has never been done before.
The towers are already in the state.
Towers are in the state, but the
Alright.
layout and configuration of this design
Alright.
has never been done, and that was in the meeting. That was asked in the meeting. So the fact is that property values are being affected now. And you should consider trying to pause the tax reassessment now, because for people to have to go back and appeal it, that's a remedy to something that's already being affected now, the property home values.
Yeah, I wasn't at the meeting, but at this particular meeting, but I know in the past they have said the reason they're trying to do this is to make it more consistent electric in the area. And we know Millstone is one of the areas that's been known to have power outages over the years.
I wasn't gonna go there,
so-
but since you brought that up,
Yeah.
this project was basically for the windmills, okay? And this was discussed at the meeting, because I was there. It was a clean energy corridor project. It was actually to bring the power from the windmills on shore.
It could go either way.
That project was stalled. That stopped. There is no reason for this project to move forward now. What they're trying to do is redefine this as redundancy and reliability. Nothing about this project will save any power outages for Millstone Township. It's not going to bring any redundancy to Millstone Township.
I'm not going to debate if that's what they're saying, if the engineers, and you're saying that their engineers are wrong that are saying that, I don't know.
There's absolutely nothing. They actually said it's not going to stop any of the power outages here, okay? They're trying to put in a 500 kV line. That 500 kV line is to transmit high voltage electricity straight across the state. That's what it's for. It's not for any local use at all. And the fact is, there's no reason to put it in because there's no new electric generation in the state. This was specifically for the windmills to bring that generation through the state.
So let's talk about hypotheticals. If, and I don't know the answer to this question, if the state government was to approve or allow additional electricity manufacturing within the state, would the poles that are there be able to handle the existing, or additional power that a new plant would provide? Or do these new model poles that you're talking about, do they need to be put up to handle the additional capacity if there are more generation of electricity?
First of all, to bring on new electric generation is years down the road. You're not just putting up a new electric generation overnight. And the way it would happen may be different than what it is now. From my perspective, this is just JCP&L or the contractors trying to keep that $1 billion contract. That's what it's about. They don't want to give up that $1 billion contract. There's no reason for this project to continue. And this wasn't why I was here. I'm going to discuss that at the next board, and I'll bring in whatever information I have on what this project is really about. And I think you guys should Google it, the Clean Energy Corridor Project, and Google what a 500 kV line is. I don't Google it, just do some research on it.
Do you have any of the documentation?
Yeah,
All right, can you forward it to Kevin,
I
please?
could, absolutely.
And then Kevin, if you could
Yeah, I'll
disseminate it to
disseminate
the
it, of
Township
course.
Committee as well as Brian?
And look at what a 500 kV line that they're trying to do is for. And look about if this is actually going to help Millstone or any of the neighboring towns. It's not. It's really not good. So that's what I want. But really, it's about trying to pause the tax reassessment. That's something I think the board should look into.
I will look into it. Again, according to what council has said, we don't have the authority, but I could make inquiries and see, because of this project, what we could do, or if they're open to listening to us, in that regard.
You can't fairly do a tax reassessment if the metrics in the township have changed. You can't.
Again, I'm not
I
a
got
tax
you.
assessor.
I got you. And I'm not here to
understand.
argue it.
No, it's not an argument. I'm on your side,
Yeah.
because that affects me,
Yeah.
and it affects everybody in town.
Yeah.
So I would like to know the answer to that question.
So, I'm just bringing it to what's attention. On the second issue, okay, I agree, snow was really good this time, and I think if you know me, I do a lot of snow, and I thought the snow was pretty good. On that end of it, I want to show you a picture of Abate Park this morning, where the road entrance isn't even plowed in. And I'm bringing that up because I'm hopeful to try and get the township to clear the walking paths in the park. A lot of people use the walking path. Here's a picture of the last snow, not this snow. And these are all the footprints from all the people that walk in the park.
Yeah, that would be Millstone Park as well.
And no walking path. This is, I understand on a gravel walking path, I understand it's hard, you're gonna disturb the gravel, it can be done, but it's like, but Abate Park is paved.
Yeah.
It's really an easy
So
lift.
that one there, it'd be glad to, the guys go run that out. But while we're on that park, that park needs dire work. We're in the process of developing the scheme of what needs to be done. A lot of those courts are cracked, some of them as wide as 3-4 inches.
I walk it every day.
So there's, we keep maintaining the roadway, but even that, the other day I was out there and it needs to be graded again, because it has pits and whatnot. So, but that park, hopefully, my idea would be hopefully have it out to bid by March. So right now they're going through the specs. It's tough to show people now when it's buried under snow what needs to be done. But we thought we had other fixes that I'm not as confident in, so it needs major work, and it's going to be expensive, but
Walking paths have cracks
Yeah.
3-4 inches wide,
yeah.
4 or 5 inches thick. I'll be honest with you, my
Yeah.
daughter was walking a baby and a carriage flipped
Yeah,
over.
so-
Thank God she was strapped in.
Yeah, so that's
You know,
what
just fill it with
I've toyed with closing the park down until we get it ready,
You
but I
don't
know
do that.
people want to use it, so.
It's heavily
So-
used. It is, and in the snowstorms, there's really no way to walk on the streets. It's difficult to walk
No,
on the
that's-
streets.
We'll get a plow out there for the walkways as best as we can, at least make a decent pass through it. Then the problem is then you end up with the ice underneath and you're throwing salt down, so it becomes,
It's about,
I would say realistically, this particular storm and the weather, generally, like in a day or two, it goes away. We don't have that
I get it.
condition.
Well, that picture with the walking path, that was like 3 or 4 days
Yeah.
afterwards.
It was a little unusual.
It was back-to-back storms, don't forget, right?
It was far apart.
I mean, look,
I'm
there's
just
no,
asking.
there's
Yeah,
no,
that
there's
one
no
there-
excuse for a park that's supposed to be open to not be plowed, right? I don't think anyone's
That's this
gonna
morning.
try
Yeah.
to excuse that. The
And I'm not-
pass at Millstone Park, yeah, we spent a lot of time grooming them, and somebody doing something to pull that up that may be a little tricky, but we can address that. But anything that's hard should be done.
Body Park's a nice, long paved walkway, and a lot of people use it.
We can address that thing. That's not a
A
problem.
lot of people with heart conditions
Ask
on my
KJ.
area, we walk together.
Did you report that prior to this meeting to,
No.
like, call the township or anything?
no, this is the first time
Okay.
here.
Yeah, it's the first I'm hearing it too, but,
Yeah.
you know,
So-
and thank you, because I think if you didn't, we probably wouldn't have
When
known.
we close down the bathrooms there, we always drop off a porta pot, because there are that many people that are
Yeah.
out there that would like to still have it be year-round, so.
And we want the
You
community
can hit
active,
Millstone
so.
parking lot also. Millstone Park parking lot, that's a little tough. Thank you for that, for hearing me. On a side note, I want to thank the Mayor Al and Deputy Mayor Chris. They've been coming to the Business Alliance meetings. We appreciate that. At some point, we're going to be able to get all 5 board members and come here and speak to you guys.
I tried to make it.
I know you did.
I just
I
couldn't.
know.
Sorry.
We appreciate that.
But they're always invited here, first and third Wednesday, we're here.
I'm trying to get all
And
5
you
of
also
them to
get
come
video,
together.
you also get video where people that can't make it on that night can now see it over the next couple of weeks.
Well, we want to talk about, you know.
Listen, it's a
doing
great
some-
event, it's a great community involvement. You know, there's a lot of things that can, like something like this could come up in that meeting that we can address before you having to come to us. I mean, it's a great program you're putting together. So
We're all working for the common good, so absolutely.
And we're here for the township too.
But I know you and I and Deputy Mayor Morris had spoken about this. When you spotlight a business,
Yep.
please let us know who that business is, and then we can reference that business here.
Okay.
That the MBA has chosen to spotlight business A
Yep.
for these reasons, and, you know, they're gonna spotlight the next business, you know, in, you know, the next meeting at, so give us your timeframe of what the businesses are, and we can put it on the agenda and actually list it for you. So this way we can promote, you know, those
They're coming in
businesses.
so quick now.
I know, I see all the-
73 members and organizations
Good.
now. I know you're part of an Alpin, and they're like 60, 70, and it's really starting to.
Yeah, it's starting to develop, good.
Can I ask you a question? Do you guys have a list of the businesses? I'm only asking because we talked about the open space. We usually do a clam bake in June.
Sure.
And our committee member that actually runs the clam bake was asking like if we had a list, and I had.
millstonembA.org, members, it'll give you the list of all the active
I
members.
think probably just extract it.
Okay.
I can cut you a report for it.
Also, at your next meeting, give the membership a heads up about Millstone Day. So maybe if these businesses want to get a booth, it's a perfect day to hit, you know, 2,000, 3,000 people.
We're going there, we're coming out with a business directory, and
Good.
Yeah, well, the open space wanted to send letters out to all the businesses for the clam bake.
Okay.
And I guess in the past, they've really never had a listing of, you know, the businesses that are in Millstone. So I had actually suggested,
I think I gave the township a courtesy membership where you can actually go on and post it,
okay,
where the township can actually go on and post all these events. If you look on, there's community events on the website, and we have the Millstone Baseball Softball League up there, and a couple of others up there, and you can post them all.
Okay.
If you send them to me, I'll put them up there for you.
okay.
But it's starting to get so busy.
Or we can link your site or that site from township site.
We'll talk.
Because that's probably quicker and easier
Yep.
to get it where.
However you
where it
guys
goes,
want to
so.
do it,
Yeah, because this
we're
way,
open to it.
we could put a link to your site, and you could put a link to our site, so that they both coincide.
We're all
It's
for it.
easy enough.
Yeah, this way we could promote it.
That's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, then, have a good evening.
Good night.
Next, sure.
I know I put one, so do you need me to move this?
Yes, please.
Does it move closer?
Sure.
Okay.
You can
No,
sit
it
if you
doesn't.
like.
It's stuck.
It'll
No,
move.
no, it'll move.
It'll move.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it is, that's for sure.
We don't want any taking them.
Okay, my name is Leslie Stone, Leslie Buck, with Buck Mining. And we're here to tell you what we've done this past year, or this past 6 months since you renewed the permit, to kind of get you up to date and then give you some progress and some thoughts of what we think we need to do. So obviously the road is paved, the neighbors are happy. We've had some contracts, we've had some delays because I think we had a wet season, and then obviously now with the snow, we're behind 8 weeks on one of the contracts that was supposed to start. It's kind of hard to work when the ground is frozen. It has to be ripped up and pushed aside and then new dirt brought in. And that we're going to start on Friday because we've just now plowed our pit in order to get in, to get the trucks in. But to get you up to date, I've put a call out to Dr. Miller, who's with Rutgers, to find out, get some feedback as to what's going on with this purchase. You know, are we bringing Campo? Is Campo getting any closer? Because in order for us to finish up the pit, I need to know what's happening with the common lines. And I can't do that if they don't talk to me. And I have made calls over there. Connie is 75 now too, so she's kind of out of it. That's after Lucy passed. And I think her sister's husband, Paul, he was here before, and their son, Noah, I think his name is. So he's supposed to be in charge, Noah's supposed to be in charge of the pit. and Paul's supposed to be negotiating with the park. When I talked to Paul Gleitz, who's from Monmouth County, he had expressed to me that he's been making weekly phone calls to the Campos to try to get them on board. They seem to have an issue because with not only Lucy passing, but also the mother passing, there's an estate issue. And they have an estate appraisal that's way more than what the county was planning on paying. So there's a haggling that's going back and forth. I don't know how that's going to get resolved, but what he had said to me is that if you're still on board, you know, and I said yes, I said, I just need to know what's it going to look like? What's the design? What do you need from me to do? I mean, obviously, a mining pit is totally different than building a park. So I need some feedback from them. I told them I was meeting with, which we did last night, with Sharif, which is our engineer, to submit plans for the upcoming permit year, because I think we're going to have to extend the permit for 2 more years in order for us to get this all together. And that, you know, with this next 2 years, doesn't mean I'm taking on any more contracts. It's just if somebody calls and they need something, I'm going to be able to fulfill it to, you know, pay for fuel and payroll and stuff like that. But nothing, there's no big jobs we're going to go after, because I need to start to tie it in. I need to make these levels. You've all seen the calendar. This is what Campo's property looks like. This has not been maintained. And what you have the fellas doing here is going up, and this is what one of the concerns with Monmouth County was that, and Rutgers, is that when they bring the crew up here and they're trying to get up a slope, it's dangerous for them. So one of the things that I had discussed with Dr. Miller and the county was that we were going to terrace our property. So for every different, you know, this is the this is the line when the dinosaurs died. So that's like a stone. So what it is we're going to bring our pit on our side to, it'll be back, so that'll be the platform. And then the next layer would be here. So when people are walking or they're digging, it's safe. So that's where they got to walk down through time. That was from our suggestion of how to build this park. He did mention to me that if Campo doesn't do their work and they finally sell to them, that they're probably going to look to us to do it, to tie it in. So that's not a problem. We have the expertise. We know what we're doing. But we got to get them on board. So right now I want to try to finish up what we're doing. We have a contract that's delayed for about 8 weeks now because of the snow. That's going to push it probably into June, possibly July. And then that big job is done. After that, then you're going to have moms and pops that call up and, you know, a couple loads here, horse farm here, you know, stuff like that. But I now need to stop really selling big bulk because I need to start cutting into slopes. I need to make these platforms if this is what they want. So if I get the approval that we're going to go forward with this permit for 2 years, that I'm going to submit a plan to the county and say, is this what you want? I'm going to submit the design plan. Is this going to be acceptable? This is what I envision, because, I mean, we've always been very proud of that point. You were talking about with Washington. Well, Pine Hill was the highest point in Monmouth County, and Washington was up there. And we have the boulders, the gentleman that did the study on the boulders, because now I've done all this different research and who's done what. But there's boulders up there. And in there, there's like, we can't understand why there's like little holes. So he suggested that this is what they were doing for the guns. They were drilling out these little boreholes for either their cannon shot or their pistol shots or rifle shots. So, I mean, that's he's got a report on that. So our property, I think, is a plus for Millstone, because not only do we have, you know, the evidence that the impact was here, and we have, you know, see, Campo's property is pretty much tapped out. They don't have the tsunami waves that came in afterwards, because supposedly a second meteor hit off of the Canary Islands, I think Africa, and that's what threw the water and the tsunamis into Jersey and the East Coast. So not only did you have the impact that wiped out the dinosaurs and threw the iridium up there, but you had the tsunamis that were coming and the earthquakes. So that's, I don't know why Pine Hill was the highest point, but we have the dirt and we have that vista that they can see. So I want to preserve it the best we can and, you know, make it something that's, you know, family tribute or something. It's something that, you know, I adore my father. Everybody knows that. And I want to make something that he is gonna be recognized for it in time. So
Okay.
that's why the park is important to me. Do you have any questions or anything? I mean, do you wanna know anything else that we're gonna do?
I think we were, well, I was under the impression that you guys were supposed to come back in March and give us an update and everything else, so you're basically a month early.
Yeah, I figured with all these discussions and with Campo not responding, that we're running out of time. You know, if I come in March, then I only have a couple more months to make a decision. I figured, let me know now, so I know what I'm doing, and how I'm going forward. Am I getting 2 more years to finish up this? Because I don't want to just take the dozer and cover these slopes and restore it. I want to be able to show it off.
Did
So
you
I
submit?
need to know.
Did you submit a formal application yet? You know the process. You've
Well,
been here long
the
enough, right?
application's done, and I sent Matt a letter. The engineer's sending him, emailing the plans over to him. You know, they're not doing in paper plans anymore, they're doing emails. So we did all that, where we're digging, or where we dug, and where it's the same spot. It's only the line went from here to here, you know, so it's the same wall that we're trying to do. And when you were in the pit, okay, when we had that wall of dirt, all we're doing is bringing that back to match their wall here.
So this way it's similar, it's
So, yeah,
symmetrical.
so when you're looking at it, you know, you're gonna see this, and then you're gonna see ours that's layered down. And it'll go all the way to the, you know, Swardell property, that's in that whole thing. Now, Matt had asked how much more dirt's in the pit. Well, there's probably close to 700,000 yards still there, but we have 2 parcels. One of them, we're not even touching. We're only touching the one that has 11 acres in it. So I don't want to dig the other one, I want to be done. That's where they want to put their, you know, maintenance garage or their parking, or who knows, maybe they'll put the museum up there if Campo doesn't sell.
The formal application that you generally submit for an extension, right? The formal application that you submit to the township clerk, right? And that's always not later than 30 days before the first meeting in June.
Right.
Are you saying that you submitted it yet? Because I don't know that the
No,
township
no,
received
no, I didn't
anything yet.
submit
Or
it,
you
no.
just contacted
I
Matt, the
contacted
engineer?
Matt, find out what he
Okay.
wanted, got the engineer on board to do the plans, make sure everything's in order, and say, you know, yes, let me drop off the permit, let me drop off the money, and be able to know that we're gonna go forward. I need to buy equipment too. I don't wanna rent it anymore, I wanna be able to buy it, because then I'll sell it at the end, but I need to know, if I'm not gonna have the 2 years, and I've gotta wrap it up in 6 months, let me rent, forget it.
Well, I don't think any of us know what the status is based on what you provided, Matt. So we can't give you any kind of discussion or any kind of feedback because we don't know what the status is. So we need to understand that from Matt, and maybe, you know, Kevin can reach out to Matt and get some sort of communication from Matt to us, and then we could prepare for the next meeting in February, which would be the 18th.
Okay, so, but are you inclined, I mean, I know at one point I thought you were dead set against us giving renewing the permit, but are you at least open to us trying to get another 2 years so we can wrap this up and do it right?
Again, you're asking us to give an opinion
Okay.
when we're steering blind.
Okay.
I would ask you to wait 2 weeks.
Okay.
Let us understand the status of what you're asking for and your application, preliminary application from Matt, because we're not the engineers, we haven't seen any of the paperwork that you're speaking about. And then we could discuss it and then give you a
And
rendered,
also maybe something from the county, you know, addressing what they would like it to look like
I
after,
think
which I
that's-
haven't seen, you know.
That's what she said.
I've talked to the county.
No,
They
we
won't put
haven't
anything
seen,
in writing.
you know, but we haven't seen it in, you know, any kind of, you know. proper
Formal, yes.
Yeah.
Can you reach out to the county and ask them?
They're not gonna give me anything formal, no. They're only gonna be a conversation until they get Campo on board, they're not gonna come in.
Even a concept of what they would like it to be?
No, there's nothing. That's why I said I'm gonna ask for a meeting to sit down and say, look, get my engineer there. This is how I think it should be done, practically.
So can you do
Yeah.
that between now and the 18th?
We can try that, yeah.
Because this week, come back and say, we met with the county, this is what was discussed, this is a concept plan of what we envision it to be, this is what they think they want it to be, and just give us something, you know?
Yeah.
that we
The
could
only
discuss.
plan I got, it didn't even make sense, what they sent me. It was like an old aerial with some lines and, you know, it's a kiosk here and a museum here and, you know, it was,
Was it enough?
no, it wasn't even,
Yeah, but,
Was it
you
in
know,
real
may-
estate?
maybe having something from your engineer and
Yeah.
maybe running it by Dr. Miller from Rutgers that, you know,
Dr.
yes,
Miller's in
something that he'd like to see, because
Yeah.
it's possible that Rutgers, or I don't want to speak on behalf of the state, maybe helping, you know, contribute or to eventually doing the museum or whatever. So, but it maybe if you get the county and Rutgers kind of,
Yeah, Dr. Miller's in New Zealand right now, so as soon as he gets back, I'll be able to get him on board, maybe,
Maybe you could do a Zoom?
2 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Any-
see
do you have
what
any
you could do.
questions?
Yeah, no, see what you could do, and if you could get that information sooner than later to Kevin, he could disseminate it to us. He'll speak to Matt, the engineer, and then we could have something to discuss.
Is the town still excited about having a geopark there? I mean, is there positive feedback that you can maybe give me that says, yes, this would be nice?
Anytime you take open space and you convert it to a park is a good thing.
Okay,
That's my opinion.
that's a good answer. Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day. Would anybody else like to come up? Mr. Elder? No?
Just came to visit.
You're always welcome. Anybody else? Okay. Being that there's nobody else that would come up at the public portion, I'd like to close it out at
8:51.
you. And a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make it.
Thank you. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Time out.